The story of Epaminondas. Epaminondas would go visit his auntie every day. In return, his auntie would give him a gift to take home to his mom.
One day Auntie gave Epaminondas a piece of delicious, rich yellow cake. Making sure he didn't drop it, Epaminondas held the piece of cake very tight on his walk back home. By the time he arrived home, the cake was held so tight it had turned into crumbs. "What do you have?" stated Epaminondas' mom. "Cake," said Epaminondas. Seeing that there were only crumbs left, she yelled, "Epaminondas, you ain't got the sense you was born with." She explained to him that he must wrap the cake up and put it under his hat. Next day, Epaminondas went back to his auntie's home and she gave him some fresh sweet butter. As he left, he remembered what his mom had said. He wrapped the butter up and placed it under his hat, then went home. The sun was out and the weather was hot. By the time he got home, the butter had melted all over him. "What is on your head, Epaminondas?"
Butter from Auntie!
Again his mom yelled, "Epaminondas, you ain't got the sense you was born with." She told him the correct way to carry butter is to wrap it up in leaves, take it to the creek, and hold it under the water until it cooled. One day when Epaminondas went to visit his auntie, she gave him a puppy to bring home. Remembering what his mom had told him, he wrapped the puppy up in leaves, brought it to the creek, and placed it under the water. He held it there and held it there and held it there. By the time he got home, the puppy had died. Upon seeing the puppy, his mom yelled, "Epaminondas, you ain't got the sense you was born with. This is no way to carry a puppy." She explained that the correct way was to tie a string around the puppy's neck and walk it home.
The next day Epaminondas went back to his auntie's home. She had just made a fresh, warm, delectable loaf of bread for him to bring home. Remembering what his mom had said the day before, he tied a string around the loaf of bread and dragged it home. When he arrived home, his mom asked, "What is it you got at the end of your string?" He replied, "Bread, Mom." His mom angrily yelled, "Epaminondas, Epaminondas, you ain't got the sense you was born with. You never did have the sense you was born with. You never will have the sense you were born with." So fed up with him, she forbade Epaminondas from going back to his auntie's again, and decided she would go herself. Before leaving, she had just baked 6 pies and left them by the doorstep to cool. "You be careful on how you step on those pies, Epaminondas," yelled his mom. Just like his mom had told him, Epaminondas was careful on how he stepped on the pies. He made sure to step in the middle of every single one.